Welcome to my channel. Super rare coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 5 cents Elizabeth II Australia 2002 coin is one of the smallest yet most essential denominations in the modern Australian decimal currency system. It represents a continuation of Australia's numismatic tradition that began with the decimalisation of its currency on February 14, 1966, when the country transitioned from the old pound shilling pence system to the dollar-cent structure. The 5-cent coin, equivalent to 1/20th of an Australian dollar, was introduced as part of this reform and has since remained a mainstay of daily commerce. By 2002, more than 3 decades after decimalisation, the 5-cent coin continued to be widely used in transactions and was deeply embedded in Australian economic life. The 2002 issue, though a standard circulation coin, carries historical, cultural, and numismatic significance, symbolising both the stability of the Australian currency system and the enduring reign of Queen Elizabeth II, Australia's constitutional monarch. The obverse design of the 2002 5-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by British-Australian sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, whose effigy was introduced to Australian coinage in 1999 and used until 2018. This portrait shows the Queen facing right, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of jewellery with deep royal heritage, originally a wedding gift to Queen Mary and later passed down to Elizabeth II. Rank Broadley's effigy is noted for its realism and mature depiction of the monarch, reflecting her status as an experienced and enduring head of state. The inscription surrounding the effigy reads, "Elizabeth II Australia 2002, identifying the sovereign, the issuing nation, and the year of minting." This inscription reflects Australia's constitutional monarchy and its membership in the Commonwealth of Nations, while also underscoring the enduring continuity of Elizabeth II's reign, which had entered its 50th year in 2002. The reverse design of the 5-cent coin, unchanged since its introduction in 1966, was created by the renowned Australian sculptor Stuart Devlin, who served as the official goldsmith and jeweller to the Queen. Devlin's design features a highly detailed depiction of an echidna, one of Australia's most iconic native animals. The echidna, or spiny anteater, is one of only 2 egg-laying mammals, monotremes, in the world and is unique to Australia and New Guinea. Shown curled into a defensive posture with its long snout and spines prominently displayed, the echidna on the coin embodies the distinctiveness and diversity of Australia's natural heritage. Below the image appears the denomination 5, signifying the coin's value in cents. The choice of an echidna, a small, elusive, and uniquely Australian creature, is particularly fitting for the smallest denomination, symbolising resilience, adaptability, and the natural wonders of the continent. The technical specifications of the 2002 Australian 5-cent coin reflect its status as a small value denomination. It is struck in a cupro-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, chosen for its durability, resistance to wear, and attractive silvery appearance. The coin has a diameter of 19.41 mm, a thickness of 1.30 mm, and a mass of 2.83 grams. Its plain edge distinguishes it by touch from higher denominations, many of which have reeded or milled edges. These physical characteristics have remained unchanged since 1966, making the 5-cent coin one of the most stable and enduring denominations in Australian numismatics. Its small size and lightweight nature make it particularly well suited for low-value transactions, though it is often overlooked due to its relatively low purchasing power in modern times. The historical context of the 2002 issue adds additional depth to its significance. The year 2002 marked the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, commemorating the 50th anniversary of her accession to the throne in 1952. This milestone lent a sense of historical continuity and celebration to all coins bearing her portrait that year, including the 5-cent piece. While the 2002 5-cent coin itself did not feature a special commemorative design, its production coincided with a broader period of reflection on Elizabeth II's reign and Australia's evolution as a modern independent nation within the Commonwealth. Moreover, the early 2000s saw continued debate within Australia over the role of the monarchy and the question of republicanism, adding layers of political and cultural meaning to the familiar royal portrait on the nation's coins. The mintage of the 2002 5-cent coin was substantial, reflecting its importance in everyday commerce. Approximately 78,600,000 coins were struck for circulation by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, ensuring that the denomination remained readily available across the country. In addition to circulation strikes, special proof and uncirculated collector editions were also produced, often included in official annual mint sets. These collector versions are struck with greater precision and polished dies, resulting in sharper details and mirror-like surfaces that appeal to numismatists and enthusiasts. From a symbolic perspective, the 5-cent coin is significant for its representation of Australian identity and natural heritage. The echidna reverse in particular reflects Australia's commitment to celebrating its unique wildlife and environment on its currency, distinguishing it from coins of other Commonwealth nations. The continued use of the echidna design across decades speaks to its popularity and enduring resonance with the Australian public. On the obverse, the portrait of Elizabeth II symbolizes the constitutional continuity of the Australian state and the enduring link between Australia and the British Crown, even as the nation has developed a distinct and independent identity on the global stage. In terms of numismatic interest, the 2002 5-cent coin is considered a common circulation issue, and circulated examples hold minimal monetary value beyond face value. However, coins preserved in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those from official mint sets, are more desirable to collectors. As with many modern coins, rare minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws can also increase a coin's collectible value significantly. While not a rare coin, the 2002 issue remains an essential piece for those assembling complete date runs of Australian decimal coinage. The evolution of the 5-cent coin since its introduction in 1966 highlights its resilience and enduring relevance. Despite discussions in recent decades about phasing out the 5-cent piece due to inflation and its decreasing purchasing power, the coin remains legal tender and continues to circulate widely. Its design has remained virtually unchanged for nearly 6 decades, a testament to the timeless appeal of Devlin's echidna motif and the enduring role of the denomination in Australian commerce. Next, the 5 cents Elizabeth II Australia 2008 coin is a small but historically significant part of the Australian decimal coinage system and represents over 4 decades of monetary tradition since decimalisation was introduced in 1966. The 5-cent coin, valued at 1/20th of a dollar, has been one of the most widely circulated denominations in Australia and continues to play an important role in everyday commerce despite its low purchasing power. The 2008 issue exemplifies this tradition, combining continuity of design, historical symbolism, and national identity within a compact and enduring form. Even though it is the smallest denomination still in circulation, the 5-cent coin holds deep cultural and numismatic value, reflecting both Australia's natural heritage and its constitutional monarchy under Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse design of the 2008 5-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the acclaimed British-Australian sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, whose effigy was first introduced to Australian coinage in 1999. Rank Broadley's portrait is noted for its realism and mature representation of the Queen, showing her facing to the right and wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of the most recognizable pieces in the royal collection. This portrait marked a shift away from the more idealized depictions of earlier effigies, portraying Elizabeth II as a dignified and enduring sovereign well into her reign. Encircling the effigy is the Elizabeth II Australia 2008, which identifies the monarch, the issuing nation, and the year of minting. The obverse not only honors the Queen's long reign but also symbolizes the constitutional continuity of Australia's government and its historical ties to the British Crown. The reverse design, created by renowned Australian artist and sculptor Stuart Devlin, has remained unchanged since the 5-cent denomination was first introduced in 1966. Devlin, known as the designer of Australia's decimal coins, created a reverse that features a beautifully detailed echidna, one of Australia's most iconic and distinctive native animals. The echidna, a spiny monotreme that lays eggs, is found only in Australia and New Guinea and is a symbol of the continent's unique biodiversity. The design shows the echidna curled protectively with its spines radiating outward and its long snout clearly visible. Below the image is the large numeral 5, indicating the coin's denomination. The use of the echidna, a small resilient creature, as the motif for Australia's smallest denomination is highly symbolic, representing endurance, adaptability, and the natural uniqueness of the Australian environment. The technical specifications of the 2008 5-cent coin remain consistent with those established at the introduction of decimal currency in 1966. The coin is struck from a copper-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, chosen for its durability, corrosion resistance, and attractive silvery white luster. It has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a thickness of 1.30 millimeters, and a mass of 2.83 grams with a plain edge that distinguishes it by touch from other denominations. These specifications have remained unchanged for more than half a century, highlighting the functional and timeless design of this coin. Its small size and lightweight construction make it easy to carry and convenient for low-value transactions, even though its purchasing power has diminished over time due to inflation. The historical context of the 2008 issue adds an additional layer of meaning to this small coin. Why 2008 Queen Elizabeth II had reigned for 56 years, and her portrait had become an enduring symbol of stability and continuity on Australian coinage. The continued use of her effigy also reflected the ongoing constitutional connection between Australia and the British Crown, even as Australia had developed its own distinct national identity in the broader context of Australian society. The 2000s were a period of economic growth and national reflection, and coins such as the 2008 5-cent piece served as subtle reminders of the country's heritage and evolving identity. Additionally, 2008 marked over 4 decades since the introduction of decimal currency, emphasizing the longevity and resilience of Australia's monetary system. The mintage of the 2008 5-cent coin was substantial, reflecting the continued need for small change denominations in circulation. The Royal Australian Mint, based in Canberra, produced millions of 5-cent coins to meet public demand. In addition to standard circulation strike special proof and uncirculated versions were also produced for collectors, often included in annual mint sets. These collector editions are struck using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in sharper details and mirror-like finishes that appeal to numismatists and enhance the coin's collectible value. From a symbolic and cultural perspective, the 5-cent coin is deeply significant despite its small size and low monetary value. The echidna reverse design celebrates Australia's extraordinary natural heritage, emphasizing the uniqueness of the continent's flora and fauna. This focus on native wildlife is a defining feature of Australian coin design and serves as a source of national pride. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, meanwhile, represents continuity, stability, and the constitutional framework of Australia's system of government. Together, these design elements encapsulate the dual identity of modern Australia, a nation that is both proudly independent and deeply rooted in its historical and constitutional traditions. In terms of numismatic interest, the 2008 5-cent coin is generally considered a common circulation issue, and circulated examples usually hold little monetary value beyond their face value. However, coins preserved in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those included in official mint sets, are sought after by collectors. Additionally, rare minting errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws can significantly increase the value of individual coins, sometimes making them worth many times their nominal value. Collectors specializing in modern Australian decimal coinage often seek complete date sets in which the 2008 issue plays an important role. The continuity of the 5-cent coin's design and specifications over more than 50 years underscores its enduring place in Australian numismatics despite periodic debates about whether to withdraw the denomination due to inflation and its diminishing purchasing power. The 5-cent coin remains legal tender and continues to circulate widely. Its continued presence highlights the importance of small denomination coins for rounding in cash transactions and their usefulness in vending machines and other automated systems. The longevity of the echidna design is also a testament to Stuart Devlin's artistic vision and the enduring appeal of Australian wildlife motifs. Next, the 5-cent Elizabeth II Australia 2011 coin is one of the smallest circulating denominations in Australia's decimal currency system and represents an enduring element of the nation's modern numismatic heritage. Introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned from the pound-shilling-pence system to the decimal system, the 5-cent coin has remained in continuous circulation for over 5 decades. Despite its low monetary value, it continues to play an important role in everyday transactions and remains a symbol of national identity and stability. The 2011 issue is part of this long-standing tradition and reflects both Australia's natural heritage and its constitutional monarchy under Queen Elizabeth II, who by that year had completed nearly 60 years on the throne. The obverse design of the 2011 5-cent coin features the highly detailed and widely recognized portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by British-Australian sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, first introduced on Australian coinage in 1999, presents a mature and realistic depiction of the Queen facing right and wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Unlike earlier effigies that idealized the monarch's appearance, Rank Broadley's design emphasizes dignity and realism, portraying Elizabeth II as an experienced and steadfast sovereign. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 2011, identifying the monarch, the issuing nation, and the year of issue. The obverse not only signifies Australia's enduring constitutional monarchy, but also symbolizes the deep historical ties and Commonwealth heritage shared between Australia and the United Kingdom. The reverse design of the coin, created by the renowned Australian artist Stuart Devlin, has remained unchanged since the 5-cent denomination was first introduced in 1966. It features an intricately detailed image of an echidna, one of Australia's most iconic and unique native animals. The echidna, a spiny egg-laying mammal, is one of only 2 monotremes in the world and represents the remarkable diversity of Australia's wildlife. Devlin's design shows the echidna curled protectively with its spines radiating outward and its long snout visible, emphasizing its distinctive characteristics. Beneath the image is the large numeral 5, indicating the coin's value in cents. The choice of the echidna for this smallest denomination is symbolic. Though small in size, it represents resilience, adaptability, and uniqueness, qualities closely associated with Australia itself. In terms of technical specifications, the 2011 5-cent coin is struck in a cupro-nickel alloy composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, chosen for its durability, resistance to corrosion, and attractive silvery white appearance. The coin has a diameter of 19.41 mm, a thickness of 1.30 mm, and a mass of 2.83 grams. Its plain edge differentiates it from other denominations and aids in tactile identification. These specifications have remained unchanged since 1966, a testament to the practical and enduring design of the denomination. Despite its small size and low value, the 5-cent coin remains a key part of Australia's coinage system, used for rounding in cash transactions and in vending machines, and still widely recognized and accepted. The historical and cultural context of the 2011 issue adds further depth to its significance. Why 2011 Queen Elizabeth II had reigned for nearly 6 decades, and Australia had matured into a fully sovereign and multicultural nation while retaining its constitutional monarchy. The continued presence of the Queen's portrait on Australian coinage reflected both tradition and continuity, while the unchanged echidna reverse highlighted the country's commitment to celebrating its native wildlife and environment. The early 2010s also marked a period of discussion in Australia about the future of the monarchy and the possibility of becoming a republic. Against this backdrop, coins such as the 2011 5-cent piece became subtle reminders of the historical evolution of Australian statehood and identity. The mintage of the 2011 5-cent coin was substantial, as it was produced primarily for circulation by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. Millions of examples were struck to meet the ongoing demand for small change currency in the Australian economy. In addition to standard circulation issues, the Royal Australian Mint also produced proof and uncirculated collector versions of the coin, often included in annual mint sets. These collector editions, struck with specially polished dies and planchets, feature sharper details and mirror-like finishes, appealing to numismatists and collectors who seek pristine examples of modern Australian coinage. From a symbolic and design perspective, the 5-cent coin is deeply significant despite its modest face value. The echidna reverse pays tribute to Australia's natural heritage and biodiversity, showcasing a creature found nowhere else on Earth. T is a subtle yet powerful symbol of national pride and ecological uniqueness. Meanwhile, the obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II represents stability, continuity, and the constitutional framework of the Australian state. The combination of these two design elements, native wildlife on one side and the reigning monarch on the other, reflects the dual identity of modern Australia, independent and distinct yet rooted in historical and constitutional traditions. In the world of numismatics, the 2011 5-cent coin is generally classified as a common circulation issue and holds minimal value beyond its face value in circulated condition. However, coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or proof state, especially those from official mint sets, are more desirable and hold greater appeal to collectors. Additionally, rare minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet flaws can significantly increase the value of individual coins, sometimes making them worth many times their face value. Such errors are relatively rare but are highly sought after by specialized collectors. The 5-cent coin also illustrates the evolution and persistence of Australia's coinage system over more than half a century. Despite inflation and periodic discussions about its possible withdrawal due to diminishing purchasing power, the 5-cent piece remains legal tender and continues to circulate widely. Its continued existence highlights the practical importance of small denomination coins in everyday life, especially for rounding cash transactions and in vending and parking machines. The fact that its design has remained unchanged since 1966 underscores the timelessness and effectiveness of Stuart Devlin's original concept. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.